Have you heard about NASA planning to send people back to the moon in 2024 before we talked about it?
No, I had no idea, to be honest.
I feel like it's been, I don't remember an exact date, but.
Yes. Yeah, I get that a lot too.
Ooh, it's been a few years now. I remember when I first moved here, it was all about Mars. And
I did, because I followed.
Well, I think like something like that is definitely very encouraging to know because of the population that I work with, right? And so like I've talked to a lot of people that are blind or low vision, and this is something that they're very excited about, because
you could have a generation of students who come out and say, everything that I do and everything I can do, even professionally, I can do it remotely.
In 2020, if something even more catastrophic than what's been happening in the past several weeks and months were to happen, something that made it extremely difficult, even more extremely difficult for life to exist here on Earth's surface.
Did you know the moon is so much smaller that you could land a pressurized rover on the lunar equator, and if you averaged just 5, maybe 6 miles an hour, you could reach the South Pole or the North Pole of the moon in 2 weeks.
well, it's definitely the science and the research side. I mean, there's still a lot to learn from the moon. And I also think it's a lot to prove our system so we can go farther to Mars. We have to get out. We've got low Earth orbit. I mean, obviously it's still difficult, but we've done it. And so I think we need to get a little farther out to kind of learn more about how systems work in deep space.
No, I think it's great that there's been a renewed interest in space. You know, they've had huge amounts of applicants for recent astronaut classes. They've been setting records. Even when like the Mars rover landed, I went to this crazy like rave like party about it. I think that there is, it just feels like there's a new surge of interest in it all. And you have these private companies coming along. So it's kind of an exciting time again. Well, it hasn't been in a very long time for space.
I would like to see big differences in the world and people to be more accepting of each other. And that definitely is not happening right now in this country. There's so much division. So to think of where we are now and what I'm seeing at this moment going 500 years from now, I certainly would not like that brought to other planets and other parts of the world, of the universe.
I was watching a documentary last night about AI also, and about how, you know, whoever develops AI first will be the rulers of the world. And
Today, if Elon Musk says, okay, I've made a colony in Mars, it will cost you, I don't know, $5 million from here to go there and live over there, right? A large majority of people might say, nah, I'm happy where it is. I would love to know how many of them are billionaires who can casually afford it, and also say, no, I don't want to try it.
When fossil fuels began being burned on a large scale, whether it's with factories, whether it's with electric utilities, you know, this is literally going back to the 1800s. No one was aware of climate change and, you know, the various types of air pollutants and water pollutants that have definitely become an issue since then.
And there's one of the craters. Oh God, what's the name? I think it's is it Alphonse? Anyway, they have seen what appear to be fog coming out on the crater floor on a couple of occasions. One of the speculations has been that there are lava tubes with ice in them that occasionally some of it gets warmed up enough that it comes out and creates a fog.
So in March, I did an article really looking into how COVID-19 might affect the space industry. And so I talked to a lot of people about that. And one of the big concerns was, right now we're pumping a lot of money into helping businesses, helping people who are really affected by this. And
I think people were just really singularly focused on them getting there and getting back, rather than what was going to happen next. And I know that, even interest in the public really waned after Apollo 11. They even portray that in the movie Apollo 13, where people aren't really paying much attention that it's happening until something goes wrong. And then everyone was paying attention.
Well, thank you so much, Chico. I really appreciate your time. And I look forward to staying in touch, and I'll check out the High Frontier.
All right. Thank you very much. And thank you for doing what you're doing with this. Countdown to the moon, baby.